Have you noticed you're hitting your Claude Code limit faster than normal? Trust me, you're not the only one. If you hop over on X, you will see a lot of posts from people complaining about hitting their limit even during off-peak hours. Well, I did a ton of research and I found 13 token tips that you can use to multiply your Claude Code usage today. When I first got started, I didn't really understand how token usage actually worked. Sure, every time I put in a prompt, I knew it would cost me some tokens, but I didn't really understand how much it was costing me until diving deeper into the economics. Let's kind of walk through how tokens work together here. A token is the smallest unit of text that an AI model reads and charges you for, generally 1 token per word. Every time you send a message, Claude rereads the entire conversation from the beginning. Message 1, its reply, message 2, its reply, and so on, all the way to the latest prompt every single time. What that means is cost compounds, not adds. Message 1 might cost you 500 tokens, but message 30 is going to cost you upwards of 15,000 plus tokens because it's rereading the entire conversation from the start to the finish. One developer even tracked a 100-message chat and found that 98.5% of all the token spend was spent rereading old history. Only 1.5% of that actually went towards a new output, which is a substantial waste of tokens. If you're just blasting off messages, that is definitely eating up your token usage for the week. Look at this visual. It makes it a little bit easier to see and understand, but yeah, after the first few messages, it's not a big deal. But when you get past 10, 15 messages, it starts to compound and become extremely expensive, wasting tokens just rereading your previous conversations. But it doesn't stop there. On top of your messages, Claude also rereads your Claude.md file, all connect MCP server tool definitions, system prompts, and reference files on every single turn. This overhead is invisible, but it is constant. Bloated context like this doesn't just cost more, it produces worse output, worse outcomes at the very end. Research on the lost in the middle phenomenon shows that models pay less attention to content buried in long context. Keeping context light isn't just a cost move, it's a quality one. So if you want to go from sending 30 messages and getting capped to going to 70 or even 140 or more, here's how you can actually reduce your waste, but also increase the quality of your context and just the output overall. This might seem simple. If you use the clear command between unrelated tasks, it's going to save you a ton of tokens. You shouldn't be carrying context about topic A into a conversation about topic B. Every message in a long chat is exponentially more expensive than the same message in a fresh chat. This single habit alone is the number one that extends session time and reduces waste. Very simple, but one of the best hacks you can do to save your tokens. Whenever you start up a new chat, every connected MCP server loads all its tool definitions into your context on every message, even if you never touch it. One server alone can equal 17,000 tokens per message, which is a lot. Okay, so in order to fix this, or in order to not waste tokens on unrelated MCP server loads, what you can do is run /MCP at the start of each session and disconnect everything that you don't need. A lot of people have a lot of connected apps that they don't realize are actually burning through their tokens. And you don't need those connected apps on every single prompt or session that you're running. Use CLIs instead. Another simple thing you can do is start batching your prompts into one simple message. 3 separate messages cost 3 times what one combined message would cost. Instead of summarize this topic and then extract any issues you find, and then finally suggest a fix, send it all in a single prompt. If Claude gets something slightly wrong, edit your original message and regenerate instead of sending a follow-up correction. Follow-ups stack onto history permanently. Edits replace the bad exchange entirely. For some, using plan mode first might be an obvious solution, and yeah, you're right. Claude maps out its approach, and you can approve anything before it writes a single line. This prevents the single biggest source of token waste, Claude going down the wrong path, writing code, then needing to undo and then redo, back and forth, which just burns through your tokens. Add this to your Claude.md file. This will make it significantly better and more lean. Do not make any changes until you have 95% confidence in what you need to build. Ask me follow-up questions until you reach that confidence. But keep in mind, just because you're using plan mode does not mean it's still not using tokens. So don't just go crazy in plan mode, still be precise in what you're trying to prompt inside plan mode as if you were actually building something. One of the best hacks you can do right now is to actually be aware of how much your prompts are costing you, how much context is actually costing you. So if you use the command /context, this will show you exactly what's eating your tokens right now. Conversation history size, MCP overhead, loaded files, everything. /cost shows you your actual token usage and estimated spend for the current session. Most people have no idea where their tokens are going. These two commands make them visible, which makes it a lot easier to fix when you can actually see what's going on. Here's a screenshot inside my Claude Code. I ran /context after just a simple prompt or two, and it is showing that I've used up 8% of my tokens already. 3% on system prompts, 3.9% on system tools, 5.6% on MCP tools, and 5% on system tools. A lot of this waste can be reduced by simply disconnecting MCP files, but make sure you have lean MD files that it's being referenced every time, because it is going to reference those MD files every single prompt. Be smart with pasting. Before you drop a document, file, or error log into chat, ask yourself, does Claude need this entire thing or just one section? If the bug is in one function, paste that one function. If the error is in the last 10 lines of a log, only paste those last 10 lines of log. Claude should be precise about what it reads, but you should be precise about what you feed it. You're only going to get out what you put in. And make sure you're watching Claude do work. I myself am guilty of having it run for a while and I walk away for a moment and then I come back to see that it is completed or wasted tokens. Don't just fire off a prompt and walk away like I did. Watch what it's actually doing, especially on longer tasks. Sometimes, and I've had this happen myself, it gets stuck in its own loop, rereading the same files, retrying the same approach, and exploring paths that clearly go nowhere. If you see it doing something unnecessary, stop it immediately. You'll save every token it would have burned finishing a useless loop. This is huge. In a bad loop, 80% or more of the tokens being used are producing zero value. A few seconds of attention can save you thousands of tokens. This is where you're going to want to go in and clean up your Claude.md file. Make it as clean and lean as possible. Place it in your project root, and Claude auto reads it at the start of every chat as system context. If you can, aim for less than 200 lines, because that's going to be a good amount of tokens at 200 lines every single prompt. Include your tech stack, coding conventions, build commands, and the 95% confidence rule. Treat it like an index. That way it can route to where more data lives instead of having to find the data. You're pointing directly where it needs to go. I would honestly take out more than you put in and then see what is absolutely necessary. If you keep it lean and trim ruthlessly, every token in your Claude.md loads on every single message. So a bloated one defeats its own purpose. Include only what Claude needs to avoid exploring or asking you for more context. Don't put your project's entire history or documentation that Claude can find by reading source files when needed. It's much easier just to point it in the right direction when necessary. That way it doesn't go off and explore on its own. You can do that by being surgical with references. Here's an example. Don't, here's my whole repo, go find the bug. Instead, check the verify user function inside auth.js. Or instead of adding a bunch of files and having it look for them directly even though you added them in there, point to it directly. Use @file to point at a specific file instead of letting Claude explore freely. And while I agree we should all be taking more breaks away from our computers because I'm here for hours at a time, I don't know about you, but short breaks are costing you. Claude Code uses prompt caching to avoid reprocessing unchanged context, but the cache has a 5-minute timeout, which means after 5 minutes, your next message reprocesses everything from scratch at full cost. This is why some feel like their usage spikes randomly after a brief break. I'm not saying that you shouldn't take breaks, but if you are going to step away for more than a few minutes, I highly recommend doing a /clear before you resume a session. Every single time. Or better yet, /clear when you know you're going to walk away for a few minutes, and then you can resume your session once you come back with more context. Saving you tokens can really just be as simple as using the right model. Sonnet is the current default one for coding work, and that's pretty much what most people use, and yeah, I would recommend it. But if you're gonna do sub-agents, formatting, or simple tasks, you should use Haiku. It's definitely a lot cheaper than just running them off of Sonnet directly. But if you need to do some deep architectural planning only, and only when Sonnet wasn't enough, then you can use Opus, but try to keep that under 20% of total usage because it is 5 times more expensive. If you avoid X, you might not be aware of peak hours. Anthropic adjusted how fast your 5-hour session window drains based on demand. For example, if you're trying to use Claude Code during peak hours, it is going to drain the absolute fastest of your tokens, 2 to 3 times your amount of token spend than normal. That time frame usually runs 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on weekdays, but if you want the ideal usage, go on off-peak hours, afternoons, evenings, or weekends. And I get it, not everybody has flexible time, so if you can't abide by those time frames, try to run your big refactors or your multi-agent sessions and code-based rewrites in the evenings or weekends, and then any smaller tasks, then you can save those for the peak hours. But if you can, just try to avoid peak hours in general. It is going to burn through your tokens just based off of that time frame. A solid tip is if you are near a reset with room left in your allocation, go heavy. Run the big refractor, let your agents loose, baby. Get your money's worth before it resets. But if you're near your limit and the reset is less than an hour away, just step away for the time being. Take a walk, grab a snack, come back with a full budget instead of burning the last 5% on something small and then getting stuck mid-task. It's never a good feeling. There are a lot of tips you can implement that I did not include in this video. If you have any tips to reduce token waste, comment them down below. I'm sure it'll help other people out, including myself, so don't keep them to yourself. You can, if you'd like, get a copy of my CLAUDE.md file in the first link in the description. Once you join, just click on the Automate Classroom, and you will have complete access. You can also watch me build 3 websites from scratch right here if you're interested to see how I did that in just 11 minutes. But for most people, the problem is context, not quality. Quality will cost you more, but understanding and building leaner context files will save you tokens and better prepare you for much bigger projects.